you stand for the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow our heads for a prayer. Lord, we come before you, praise you for everything that you provide for us. Our friends, our family, our homes, our food in our stomachs, our city, our state, and our nation. Lastly, Lord, I'd like to pray for all the men and women who protect our freedoms, home and abroad, so we can have these meetings. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, reading and approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve and suspend reading.
Motion by Mr. Hack.
Second.
Second by Mr. Folk. Any discussion or corrections? Seeing none, vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. The approval of the agenda. Motion to approve. Mr. Weidrich with the motion.
Second.
Mr. Stern with the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. So we're going to start with the Williams Estates discussion, and the reason why I wanted this back up on the agenda is to clarify building permits, the moratorium. It technically is not a moratorium. The previous meeting, I read the motion from October 21st of 24. That covered the certificates of occupancy within the unpaved areas. Once those areas were paved, then that fulfilled that motion for those certificates of occupancy to be issued. April 6th, there was a vote to issue 3 building permits to Williams Builders, and that motion failed. Since it doesn't create a building moratorium, but it does give an inference that building isn't allowed. With this, we don't have any additional information on solutions or additional bids. Correct, Jared? You don't have any other than the 2. A couple options are we could officially do the moratorium until we come up with a plan, have that plan in place. We could technically, the city just issues building permits when the residence is built and completed, it is inspected, and then once it's inspected and passed, then it's issued a certificate of occupancy. We could issue the building permits and withhold the certificates of occupancy until there's a plan in place to correct the sewer. We could also just go ahead and start the process to fix that sewer ourselves and fund it how we normally would do through special assessments. I'm providing I want just clarity to the board and to the public, and see what you guys have to say about that, what your thoughts are.
I move that the commission establish a moratorium on the issuance of building permits for properties located on Otter Creek Loop, 11th Avenue West, and the commercial lot owned by Mr. Williams. This moratorium shall remain in effect until first commission meeting in May of 2027, unless terminated early upon verification that the sewer system on 11th Avenue West has been fully repaired and has passed all applicable federal and state testing requirements, and Moore Engineering has provided a written confirmation of the adequacy of such repairs. Alternatively, the moratorium may be lifted upon submission of and approval of repair plan by Mr. Williams, accompanied by the posting of a $200,000 bond to guarantee completion of the sewer system repairs.
So that's your motion, Mr. Weider?
Yes.
So we have a motion on the floor and presented to us.
Second.
Mr. Stern has a second. Is there any discussion? No discussion? So essentially, you would like to be placed on Mr. Williams to responsibility to fix it,
Yes, sir.
and that's clear.
But we can lift the moratorium at any given time, right,
Correct.
for any reason?
Just takes a majority vote
Yeah.
from the commission
So
to
we
lift it at any reason.
Okay.
Or if he completes
Either or.
those two things I stated in the motion.
I think a bond is fair. It's a start. I will say that, Monty emailed him and Moore Engineering, asking for an update cause he was gonna check with engineers about a possible solution or a bid or somebody else, and his response was no building, not fixing, or something to that effect, right, Monty?
Correct. Well, no building, no funds to make repairs.
No building, no funds.
And that was the most recent communication?
Yeah, that was this last week.
Like since the last meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
but it's communication.
Sure.
I mean, I will say that, it's communication.
Does that commercial lot feed into the 11th Street
Yes. It would.
below or above the damage? It's
Well,
below the damaged area.
the commercial.
Yeah. So does that need to be included, or are you doing that for which thick is leverage?
More leverage is,
Any other questions? No. Okay. All right, seeing no more discussion, we'll roll call
Weidrich,
aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Folkerts,
Aye.
Hack. No. Shipper.
vote. No. Motion passes.
I'll see you.
You wanna hand that to Dan so he's got it? There's a spelling error on there, Dan. It's supposed to be west, not southwest.
Engineers report.
Okay, all right, good evening, Jerry Kleboni's Board Engineering, you should have a copy of our report. Expedition Estates is the first item on my list, just to piggyback on that. I don't know if people are here from the public wanting to hear that, but I'll just, for a quick minute, you know, we are seeking corrective measures to address the sewer line on that block. You know, we have two quotes, and, you know, both us and the developer are trying to find a specialty contractor that could address that more economically, and we will continue to follow up on that. The timing is poor right now, it's May, and trying to find a contractor right now to do that is difficult, which was kind of the basis of the argument and the discussion before, was, well, maybe it should have been done earlier. And so, we are bugging those companies every few days, and we're copying Monty on that correspondence, so he sees that that's still happening. You know, I hope to have an answer this month, potentially a suitable solution. Maybe a new situation within the month, maybe not, I don't know, but I'll keep updating you on that. Any questions?
How does the bids that you've received for the repair compared to bond to the ask for $200,000?
So the sewer line repairs that have been done up in that area around the loop, we're done with the open trench replacement method where you dig up the street to fix it. Those quotes range from $450,000 to $800,000 to replace that final block of sewer. The issue that is that it's very deep and I guess that's pretty much it. It's very deep and the water main is kind of above it.
So, to answer your question, about a little less than half of the lowest bid.
So we've got two different bids, one's in the 400,000s and one's in 800,000s. So yeah, sorry. It was a long answer for your question. Yeah. Any other questions on that? No? Okay. All right, so the ongoing sewer project that we have in town, they are working on the, finishing up the sewer manholes now. That work will be done this month. We send a 360-degree camera down those manholes to inspect every single one of those. Once that's done, patching will be done, and we'll be closing that job out hopefully in June here. I don't have any pay requests for the contractor. Again, it says tentatively paving May or early June. I'm gonna jump to the next one, which is the patching though. Actually, no, I'll go in order here. So I'll come back to that just in a moment here. But as far as water service line inventory, recall we are working for the state of North Dakota, helping to resolve any unknowns still in your system. We are assisting you guys, and your staff is helping us to try to get those remaining unknowns resolved. There will still be unknowns in your system on the public side that are underneath the streets. Those will remain unknown until some time that the street can be excavated. So we are doing everything in our power to do what the city can physically do, and that work will wrap up this summer. But there's less than 100 remaining unknown private service lines in your town of, is it 1,300, Monty? Or 1,800 counts it now?
Services,
Yeah,
be about
1,800. So you're pretty far along. You know, I hope to have that number to zero. It'll never be at zero, but it'll be really, really close. Now I'll get to the next one, which is the bids. So I've got two bids in here. We talked about asphalt patches last month. We had, or I guess there's 9 areas of town. They were shown on a map previously. Here's the map, and there's a photo for each one of the 9 spots. Instead of just getting the one quote, we got 2. Keller Paving is the company that is doing the contracting work for CC Steel on the sewer job. So because they were here, you know, we want to get this patching done just to double check that the quotes were fair. Beulah has Bechtold doing paving this summer, so we did get a quote from Bechtold as well. So the quote from Keller was $54,000. The quote from Bechtold was $67,000. 9 patches. We kind of walked through them. There's a photo and dimension of each one here in the plan, or in this report. This does not.
Can you go back up, Monty?
This does not include concrete work, right? Anything in town that, sorry, oh, go ahead.
That only includes the one patch?
No.
On Highway Drive?
Where's
Because there's
Highway Drive?
3, that's over by Long Shots. On the implement dealer.
Right here?
Yep, so there's actually 3 holes over there.
That big one, if that's the one you're pointing to, is one large patch.
Okay, are we addressing the other 2 that are over there? The other 2 blowouts?
Further down the road, right?
There's one right in front of Rough Rider Electric.
The patch I have there is 15 feet by 200 feet long. Is that big enough to address?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's right in front of Rough Rider Electric's entrance to go into their back area, their back lot there. And then there's one around this corner over by the old
I do not have
hospice, one that blew out too.
Okay. No, I do not have those.
those? Those showed up after Jared and I ran around and looked at all these other ones.
Is it possible we could get those added?
Sure, yeah, they'll do, as long as I add them. But this, I thought you were talking about this one here, cause this is just one huge one.
Yeah, if you go right around this corner, back by the old hospice building back there, there's a blowout there too.
Okay.
And then
Two of them will.
yeah, and then one down by Rough Rider.
Is that the entrance, Dustin, right, going into the gate,
To
Of
Rough
Rough
Rider?
Rider?
Yeah, like right at that
right
entrance
at the
there.
gate entrance?
So, okay, this was just asphalt work, right? You have concrete areas of town that need addressing, we talked about the trail, we know of other things. Some work in town might need concrete work and then asphalt work. Like I'm thinking of the bridge over the top of the river on the county road. The whole point of this was to just find stuff that an asphalt contractor could just address, right? So I've got 9 patches on here. If you want other things done in town, we'll certainly help you get those, but this was just a matter of these spots could be addressed quickly and easy, and I have, if those don't involve concrete work in those spots, it should be no problem to add a couple patches, but,
No, they're right in the road surface.
okay.
And Dave, you said those popped up after you guys moved out?
So,
There's
Well,
gonna be a
more
couple
gonna
more
pop-
gonna be showing up real quick, or,
Yeah, how many more are gonna show up?
yeah. I would say probably 3 or 4, maybe more, that might pop up here within the next few weeks.
How does the budgeted, we budgeted for that, those, is there room?
No.
No?
We have the DOT flex funds that can be utilized for some of this work.
so we've got comparative quotes on the patching, you know, the low bidder is Keller. You can then negotiate, you know, you can select Keller for your patching needs, then you can negotiate with them to add a couple, 2, 3, 4 more. We've gone through the steps to make sure we're being responsible. I have their unit prices, so, you know, they'll honor those unit prices to add a couple. I don't wanna double or triple this cost if we don't have to, but
No.
you guys gotta kinda tell me what you wanna get done, and we'll make sure they get done.
Well, I would like to see those all repaired.
I'll make a motion to approve the 9 stated in there for Keller paving.
Motion for 9,
Second.
and Mr. Folkerts seconded.
Do you have any idea when?
Since this is the subcontractor to CC Steel, their plan is to be here at the end of May and early June.
With that said, could we get a quote back for those other 2 before then?
Yes, it should be no problem. I mean, just doing simple math, they're $6,000 to $8,000 a piece, so if these are typical size patches, it's gonna be, you know, another $10,000 to $15,000. But I'll have to go measure them, of course.
It's kinda hard for us to approve when we don't have
Yeah, no,
a figure on.
well, if they're $50,000 patches, it's different than if they're 10, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I understand.
All right, so any other discussion? So the motion was for approve the quote amount.
For the 9
For the
patches.
9, okay. Roll call.
Weider.
Aye.
Folker.
Aye.
Hack.
I,
Stern.
Aye.
Shepro.
Aye. Motion passed.
All right, then, I mean, we don't have a lot going on other than just trying to help out with, you know, get the sewer situation figured out, some of these patching and then closing out the sewer job. Like I mentioned last time, we're planning to kind of go through some capital improvement plan discussion in July after, you know, in case there's any new council members, so you will probably hear mum from us until kind of that time, and then if, yeah, we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Jared.
Yep.
Community garden. Chamber of Commerce has received a small grant for raised planters to be used in the community garden in the Abrium. How do you say it?
Arboretum?
Yeah. Myra will be meeting, Myra here,
Right here.
to talk about
May I come forward?
it. Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Thank you.
Just kidding, sit back down.
I'm horrible at public speaking.
It's no big deal.
I did bring some visuals for you guys to kind of get kind of where my mind's at with everything. And I'm also here on behalf of Antoinette, because she's out of town. So, now do you want the speech or do you just want the summarized version? Because I don't want to waste your speech.
I think the more information is better.
Yeah. Okay, all right. It's kind of like a history lesson, basically. So 2 years ago, I stumbled into Tractor Supply and had a lovely conversation with the store manager, Blade. Everyone knows Blade, he's wonderful. We both shared our joy of community and growing gardens and talked about magical possibilities. I shared with him that when I volunteered for the food bank in another town, a seed exchange was born, which then evolved into community gardening. We shared our seeds, helped procuring soil, and even helped neighbors build and plant gardens. That time warmed my heart and taught me that it just takes a few minutes to lift someone up. Moving on to this current year, I made an appointment with Antoinette with the chamber and shared the story and asked her if that was something that this town would embrace. She was excited as I was. To make the idea even easier, Blade generously donated thousands of heirloom and organic seed packets to add to our collection. Antoinette applied for a grant. My friend Valerie, my husband, and I spoke with our amazing Hazen library, and they allowed me to have a seed bank giveaway days. It was very successful. People were very excited. Why not? It's free seeds. Soon came a message that our grant was approved and donated from Basin Electric Power Cooperative. So exciting, $1,400. Talk about a blessing. Wow. So we started to research locations and costs associated with our idea. It turns out that it was not as expensive as we thought. By putting the gardens at the park/orchard, we would also be able to help care for the trees. Apparently I was told the trees were kind of like, they had someone there that was taking care of them, it's no longer there taking care of them. So I thought, why not, like, if we're gonna be out there, we can just fertilize and take care of the trees at the same time with volunteers. And that would also offset some costs for the city. Let's see, a community garden will help neighbors grow food. It helps with food insecurity, gives neighbors access to a garden spot, and you all know that fresh produce is expensive, and having the ability to grow your own small garden is empowering, especially for people that have not done it before. It's a learning experience. Classes could be held to teach children, parents, and seniors to grow a small and basic garden, whether that is just herbs or if they want to grow lettuce. Future grants are currently being applied for, hoping to have a small shed to keep pump hoses and gardening equipment very neat and orderly, so it's not like strewn everywhere, you know, and out of the weather. That's the main thing, is things are just kind of left out in the weather, so things don't last. You know how it is. We could also have a small greenhouse to hold classes in the spring, and I'd like to really see, like, maybe the kids from school come out. I could teach them a little bit about gardening. That's just an idea, obviously. And to start our vegetables on site, lowering the cost of purchasing any plants. Since we have so many seeds, why buy the 6-packs when I can just grow them myself? And I'm really good. I've worked at greenhouses, so. Anyway, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I know it's kind of a ridiculous idea to some people, but it's my passion, because I feel like if we can help other people love gardening.
Yeah, so to be clear, you're asking for our permission to use that area?
Yes, affirmative.
Okay.
Yes, and also on behalf of Antoinette, I wonder, could I jump to item number 10 since she's not here? Because she's out of town? Yeah, she's asking the city if they had anything they can donate to the pocket park, because I think there's some overgrown trees and things that need to be removed.
Let's finish this one first.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, would you like me to sit down or stay?
Is that park board crown there, or is it city?
That's city.
Was there a community thing like that before? Or am I thinking somewhere else?
Well, from what I've been, I don't know, from what I've been.
Community orchard, right?
Yes, it's an orchard now. There's a lot of trees out there. Actually, I went out and assessed the whole area. there's probably about a 20% death rate with the trees from not being maintained. It happens, it really, especially when they're that young anyway. But I think we could save the rest of the trees just with a little bit of love, fertilizer and water. There is actually a stream in the area and we actually have a pump. We'd be willing just to kind of use that out there to pump the water from the stream to the trees. So there wouldn't be any reason to tap into city water unless you wanted to, but if it was like a health issue, I don't know.
I'm assuming she's talking about Antelope Creek.
Isn't there already something set up for?
Yeah, there's a pump
Yeah.
there. That's what, Fralick used to
Yeah.
use the
I
water.
couldn't find the pump, so you'll have to tell me about that.
Is the pump not there anymore, Dave?
We bring that into the shop every winter.
Okay, that's fine, okay, so I couldn't find it, okay, but we
And there's
have,
power there?
Yeah, there's power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know that's how Fralick
Yeah, we
used
bring,
to water those
we
trees.
usually bring the hoses and the pump in for the winter.
Okay.
yeah, I think there's adequate water for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd probably put a filter on the end of that hose.
And to be specific, do you have the dimension of the area you'd like to use?
Honestly, I haven't measured it, but, I'm glad you asked that question. I did make some notes because sometimes I'm actually here. So each of the raised beds, the ones that, each of the beds, the galvanized beds are, 6 by 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There'll be 10 altogether, 4 on each side. So 24 feet.
So like.
And each one is 17.7 cubic feet as
20 by
well.
30?
Yeah. So it's not like really a huge area, and Antoinette came up with the idea of the H for Hazen. I thought that was really awesome. So, kind of celebrate our little town. And I spoke to Galen on the phone today. He's going to give us a heck of a deal on a bunch of soil.
Okay.
So,
I will make a motion to approve the use of the community garden. I'd also like to match the grant to help get it started for our community.
We have a motion to approve the area,
thank you.
a 20 by 30 area with matching grant. The grant, I believe, was 1,400,
Yes, sir.
and for the city to match that grant. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Hack has a second. Is there any other discussion?
How will we determine who uses the beds, the garden beds?
Well, that's actually something I wanted to discuss. Well, we've come up with the idea that, I don't know about this year, but we would like to have, like, let's just say John comes in, he wants a garden spot, he can rent garden spot number 1 for whatever the cost of the electricity would be. We'd have to figure out I don't know what the costs are. Or this year I could just overseed everything and plant everything, and anyone could come out in the community, whatever they need, they could just get it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so obviously it would be more, I feel like we're starting too late this year to really organize people to sign up, you know?
Right.
So it's just when the grant came in, this is the best I can do at this point, so. A good question. So kind of like, I think they do it over in Beulah. I think they like rent little garden spots, and that was kind of our idea too, is everybody could rent their own little space that didn't have access to an area in their backyard, or maybe an apartment or whatever.
You see, like, my mom lives in South Dakota, it's the same deal, but it's like.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's a big area, it's really good.
Well, I have really grandiose plans for the future, so, but you won't talk about those today. I don't want to make you mad.
Do you
so.
like the idea that you're going with raised beds? Because it does help out the elderly.
Well, they're not actually, they're raised beds on the ground. They're metal, like, because we looked at the actual physical raised beds, but they're like 3 times the cost and like 1/3 of the square footage.
Mm-hmm.
So how tall are these raised beds?
I think they're just like 1 foot. But, you know, it's better than digging in the ground. You still have a area. And I could also maybe purchase a small little garden seat for people out there, a little stool or something. They can work with that if you'd like that. And I still have, I think I gave you the breakdown, but I think we still have some money left too. I believe it's like $400 left.
$400.
Yeah. And Antoinette is also working on getting a bench put out there. Really nice. Thank you so much.
So we have our motion or second, roll call.
Friedrich.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Shifrow.
Aye. Motion pass.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to skip, is it all right with the,
I'll just sit down and take
Okay,
number
all right.
10. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
all right, Hazen Winter Sports. Oh,
Hi,
Ms. Newberger.
here I am again. It's the time of the year where Hazen Winter Sports needs to come before the council asking for approval of our site authorizations so that we can continue conducting gaming at Boxes, Jimmy's, Long Shots, and Hazen. Questions?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve.
You think we've done this before?
I'm surprised you even show up anymore.
Well, only time I get to see most of you.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Folkerts. Any discussion?
So obviously no other,
I will not be voting. I will be abstaining.
there's no other parties interested in any of these sites or anything, right?
No,
Just say
it's-
Winter Sports, right?
Yep. No other discussion? Roll call?
Friedrich.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, thank you. See you
Thank you,
next year. Here's the stuff. I'll get them when I read.
All right, what's a building permit? That wasn't on the notes.
USB.
Yeah, but I guess it's just.
Yeah, it's just a basement remodel for a portion of the Union State Bank to make a kind of a wellness type room down in that area. Just remodeling a little bit of the space where the bathroom is and making the wellness suite. But since it is commercial, it comes to you for review.
Because normally a residential building permit does not.
To clarify, yeah.
Monty, who's MNC?
Mr. Claris.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Motion to approve building permit
I
for
said
the
first.
Union State Bank.
Mr.
Oh, you did?
Mr. Folkerts did start.
Oh, I
first.
did second then. I did not hear that.
Mr. Hack has a second.
My hearing aid was off.
Any other discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Permit approved. Reports. Water, sewer, garbage.
Cleanup week is now, of course. I don't know if Dave, I guess, wants to add to that at all, or
Yep, just got a good start today.
Okay.
that's all I have.
Mr. Hack?
Crack sealing is done and finished. We did refill the kettle, so in case we have any other mysterious cracks pop up, Dave said we did crack seal a lot. So, other than that, just, it's day one of cleanup week, so.
Okay. Folkerts?
Do you have anything on Z?
I do know.
The Midwest door quote that was presented to you a couple weeks ago, they're gonna come fix it for that price, I just don't know when. That's all I have.
And then I don't have anything else either.
I don't have anything. Chief, you have anything?
Okay. HCD, not. Okay, and I have already presented my portion.
I did have that quote for a post for that walking path light post that was damaged.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
They had actually quoted me 5, I was just trying to think of if we might need some other ones, but if we just wanna buy one, it would be just under the $4,300.
Where was that at now?
Southwest Hazen, north of Main Street, halfway between 5th and 9th.
Oh, like on West Main, I got you.
Yeah.
And this is what's already there.
This would be a similar post to what's there. They do have the same color that we have for our posts now, and they can get the same top bollard or whatever you wanna call it. Like ours would be similar to this with the ball on top.
And the other 4 is just to have them on hand, or is
Uh,
there places to?
I wasn't sure, what was gonna happen with some of the other west stuff, since you're just having the highlights along Highway 200 where the new path goes in, if you wanted any more for there. But I would say at this time, at least get the one, just to replace that one.
And to get it on books with the electricians too.
Yeah.
I think the one for now.
What was that damaged, Monty?
When we were cleaning the path, one of our pieces of equipment backed into it.
Oh, by ourselves. Okay. And our insurance doesn't cover anything like that?
Yeah, it was turned into insurance, but without us doing anything yet, we haven't received any compensation.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of one of the light poles.
Mr. Reader with the motion for one,
Second.
and Mr. Folkerts with the second. Any other discussion? None? Roll call?
Weidrich.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Shipro.
Aye. Alright. Chamber of Commerce is requesting funding like previous years for the maintenance of Pocket Park. Past years, the city contributed $2,000 to $3,000 for park maintenance and Main Street amenities and beautification.
Hi, thanks for presenting her, she's on his phone.
Yes.
I don't really have a lot of information, so I just know that there's some, I guess it's some overgrown shrubbery and things, and whoever normally handles that, they wanted to have it removed, and I think they wanted to kind of put a little bridge or something there. So, that's
Okay.
all.
Well, do you know any details on this at all, or?
I do not.
And did we said something about the mural too? She wanted touched up, I think, in the
Oh.
email.
You might
Um,
Yeah.
And then, she also noted the expense, yeah. And then the expenses for the porta potty, electricity and water. And
How much did we do last year, Monty? Do you remember?
We did 3,000 last year.
Motion to do the 3,000.
Mr. Weidrich has a motion for 3,000 for beautification. Possible.
second.
Mr. Folkerts has a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Weidrich.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Shipro.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen, I'll let her know, I'll send her email. Thanks, guys.
You did well, thank you.
Thank you.
SMC Foundation will hold their 21st annual golf tournament in June and are seeking sponsors for the event. In 2014, the city sponsorship was $200, and in 2025, it was $300.
Make a motion that we do another $300 for the SMC golf.
Mr. Hack has a motion for 300. Mr. Stern has a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Hack.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Weidrich,
Aye.
Schiffro.
Aye. Motion passed. New business propane bid notice.
Yeah, and as I said in the notes, this is just to make you aware that these are being published for the propane bids, and in the next couple of weeks, we'll be publishing for the board appointments as well, under 12B.
And designating the official newspaper.
This is required by North Dakota Century Code, since right now the Hazen Star is the official newspaper for the county. By default, it is our official newspaper as well, but we still designate because I don't know if they're on the ballot this year or not.
Trying to think, I believe we are.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
yes, yep, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that could change, so just making sure that they're designated as our official paper for all our legal notices and stuff.
So you need a motion.
Yes, please.
So moved.
Mr. Folkerts with the motion,
Second.
Mr. Hack with the second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Hazen Star is the official city paper. All right.
We skipped over 12B.
Oh, board appointment, my
I
bad.
just
No.
let you know that that
Kind
will
of love that,
publish.
didn't I?
He kind of put it in with the bids.
If you were listening.
I missed that part.
All right, individuals may address the city commission about any item not contained on the agenda. The maximum is 15 minutes is allotted for the hearing. If the full 15 minutes are not needed, the city commission can continue with the agenda. The city commission takes no actions on items discussed at this time, except for referral to a staff or committee. Is anybody that'd like to address the city?
Probably because I'm not used to being seen around here, but my name is Christy Ment, and I live in Hazen now. And I also work at Senior Suites. I was told this was the best place to voice my concerns, so showed up tonight. Went to work the other week and stopped at the stop sign that was no longer there, and it was like, oh, I've always stopped here. Nobody's ever honked at me before. And then a couple of us started talking about the intersections. So like, I like almost ran this stop sign, and then we just kind of had talks about it, and then it was like, hey, I think the city actually voted to change that due to the ambulance, and I was like, oh, interesting. And then I was going to work again, and I almost got in an accident. The guy totally didn't see the stop sign on the pole, and I was like, you know, I really kind of thought there would be like some sort of like communication about it, or like lights or signage or something, because the old post is still there, so then I think some people might think it's just missing or it blew off, and the other one is kind of like off to the side, so I don't even think people are really even like picking up on it, because they've just done what they've done all the time. And so I thought, I was kind of surprised that I didn't see anything about it, and then I learned that you guys voted on it and changed it, so I just thought, hey, maybe I'd bring it to you guys, your attention. I've heard a couple of close calls from employees at the hospital and stuff, and just different things like that, so I thought maybe there's something we could do a little bit better to, just until people get used to the new change, so.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. That is valid.
I think it's, we should, I don't know how heavily we're enforcing it down there. I haven't heard many.
I've sat there multiple times on the shelf, seen them sitting there. It's gonna be an accident. And it's people,
I mean,
it's people stopping where the old stop sign was, and people coming off the highway not stopping. And there's gonna be a rear end and a T-bone.
Yeah.
So far, there's nothing ready to take it on, but
Yeah, it's all out of habit.
Right, it's all
I had no
that, and
idea it
that's,
was there.
I mean, that's just the human condition, right? But I mean, it's gonna take a while, but I think we need to be enforcing that consistently. Otherwise, you're right, that's gonna definitely run into problems. But people need to be paying attention, and we need that right away for the ambulance.
Monty, could you do a Facebook post for the
Yes.
city site, please?
And if it were me, I mean, I would make that area and do targeted patrol in that area as a priority at this point. Cause I mean, it sucks, it does, I mean, I'm with you on that, however, I think it's really important, you're right, there's the impending doom of a crash happening there, just because people are accustomed to just doing what they've done for so many years at this point.
And a lot of older people
Yes,
go to the cliff.
yes, yes.
And I mean, they breeze through, some of them breeze through the stop sign originally
Yeah,
anyway.
regardless, right?
Um, And can it be moved off that pole? It should be on its own.
It doesn't matter, I don't think that, there's
There's
no law
no-
regarding that, it's just a
Monty,
certain
there's no
height, and on the
arbitrary
right-hand side of the
ordinance.
road.
On that, is there any ordinance saying that we,
No,
I mean,
and century code doesn't address it either.
right,
It stops on the right-hand side of the road.
Yeah, I think people just kind of, it's not like expected as like a normal stop sign, so they don't really like see
See it.
going westbound. But HR at SMC did eastbound, don't ask me.
She's
They
right.
did send out an email from the worst about like a picture of it with the new stop sign, letting the SMC staff and just other people just to be aware that others might not be, so just be cautious when you do go through that intersection as people learn about.
When we voted on it, I knew that there was gonna be a learning curve with it, just like when we put the stop sign at the end of Main Street.
Or in the middle of Main Street.
Or in the middle of Main
That's
Street, that
Central
was
House
probably
used
even
to
worse
do.
than the end of Main Street, that was a huge deal when that happened. And it's gonna take some time, and hopefully nobody gets in accidents. People also gotta be less complacent and more aware of their surroundings.
so if the ambulance is going east and west, they have to stop, or they don't have to stop because an ambulance doesn't have to stop at the stop sign.
Technically, yes,
It's not
they
true.
do have to
They
stop.
do, they still have to yield to anybody in that intersection, especially if they're controlled by a stop sign. The flashing red lights is just
Courtesy ask.
Pretty
It's
much.
for an ask.
Yeah.
It's asking for.
Same with fire, we are required to stop at stop signs. If we blow a stop sign and get in an accident there, it is our fault.
The fault is, so Class A emergency vehicles are exempt from traffic law. So, it may be per policy or whatever, but, I mean, just because you have your flashing red lights on doesn't mean that you're not gonna be the one liable if you run into the car in that intersection when you had a stop sign, even though your lights are going. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't.
So it's a liability aspect of it, it's just cause we have flashing red lights on a vehicle coming through an intersection, if we have a stop sign, will that stop sign run into a car who didn't have a stop sign? It's on us all day long.
So if you're going on the bypass, like from Beulah to Hazen, and an oncoming ambulance is coming and everything's clear, you're supposed to still pull over?
Yes, this doesn't change the yielding to the lights at all. It's just, we all know people don't pay attention, I mean, that's the problem we're running into with the stop sign right now, right? Let alone the flashing red lights,
The
which are
stop signs have been that way for like 30
forever,
years.
right?
And adding, also when we added, stop signs over by the old West River building, and then, Mr. Stern brought up, a possible point of removing stop signs, and I have been looking, but then that's gonna be the other thing, when we take one away, taking it away, it's gonna change behavior a little bit, because a lot of these stop signs have been in the same spot, like you said, a long time. I appreciate you bringing that up, because, we could get something on social media.
Yeah, or even the Hazen app.
Yeah.
Good
You could
idea.
do both, yeah.
Great idea, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you put something in the paper, like just a little article?
Darren?
Most
You don't
older
read the
people
paper.
read the paper.
Yeah, that's
Nowadays,
Hey, I'll grab a photo of the intersection too
Yeah.
to show them.
Thanks, Tom.
Buster?
So just a point of clarification, coming, and this is up by the hospital, but coming off of 200, turning south, that stop sign that was at the corner of Fliegers, is that still there?
No.
Why not put that back in? I mean, it's going to the south, it's not going north.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Well, cause the ambulance are come in, they have to hang a left to go east into the ambulance bay at the hospital there.
But don't they go with the ambulances around the back?
No,
No, coming out, they'll come north through that intersection,
The way
And
that
then going
ambulance
in,
bay
they
is
have to-
designed in the back of the hospital, they gotta go around to the east side of the hospital to get into it to unload properly.
Right.
I wish it was flip-flopped inside there, but it's the way they built the hospital, we can't change that, you know.
I could see where people would be confused though.
Yeah.
Because that, most of your right-of-ways in the town are north and south.
All of downtown is east-west.
Yeah.
Third Street, Fourth Street, Fifth Street, they're all east-west.
Buster, basically, they took these two stop signs and moved them this way.
I don't know, but I could, I do know that coming out of the hospital there, I'm always cautious when I come out that east section and hit that corner by Fliggers.
I wish everybody drove like you.
Well, coming from the east part of the hospital, that's where the stop sign down.
Because previously, when the stop signs were the way they had been, the ambulance bay was on the west side of the hospital. So when the ambulances came out of their bay, they had a clear intersection with no stop signs controlling them. And it was with that idea in mind back then. So now we're just updating to the new location.
So I'm just gonna ask one more question and then be quiet. So if ambulances or anybody that has lights, flashing lights, has to stop at a stop sign, then what's the purpose of removing?
So to clarify, so it's flashing red lights.
Yeah.
That makes it a class A emergency vehicle.
Yeah, I understand
Because
that.
there's class B and C also, like flashing blue lights, different. So the class A emergency vehicle is exempt from traffic law. But that's just the law, not the liability. So just because we have flashing red lights coming through disregarding a stop sign is essentially what it is, disregarding a stop sign, you're just exempt from that law when it comes to penalization and so forth. But if,
I don't know, to me it seems confusing.
so the whole premise or idea behind this is because when it comes to emergencies and things like that, I mean, seconds matter.
Yeah,
And so when you're task saturated on your way to an emergency, I mean, any little tiny thing that you can just get off your plate and not have to think of, that adds up, especially over the course of a trip going to your call. And so that just, even that little intersection there where you're coming through, knowing that you don't have stop signs or have to contend with that, there's stop signs on both sides and the other way, so you're somewhat protected going through that intersection. It seems very trivial, but I mean, all that really adds up to your time to get out there, because every other time they come out with the stop signs there, they start slowing down and yielding, making sure they're good to go before they can continue through the intersection. Like I said, seconds, they really do matter.
More correctly, it should have been switched after the hospital was in the ambulance. All that was changed.
Should have been.
So we delayed it by 10 years, 8 years. But correctly, it should have been changed then.
Did that answer your question at all? No.
Clear as mud.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, you guys made the decision and that's okay. You gotta live with it.
Well, it's not about living with it, Buster, it's about obeying the traffic sign laws we have in our community. I talked to 2 different people this afternoon. We're hitting the stop sign coming on 27 that people are blowing through when they're coming into town. People are getting ticketed now there. Not making it public, but that's a hot spot for us.
And I want to clarify as far as my stand on the enforcement role of the whole thing. And I know Chief Wolf shares the same sentiment with me, is the not looking to ticket everybody, it's a courtesy stop, pretty much. Just to make, get the awareness out there. Because, I mean, I think that's going to be a huge help. Because it's not one of those things where you're going to go down there and start hammering tickets, because obviously everybody's not paying attention. Right?
Yeah, I've been warned because for about a month or 3
eventually subside if people are starting to get stopped and like, hey, heads up, there's a stop sign there.
Any other discussion on the topic? Any other, community members for any other subjects? None? Okay, we'll move on to approval of the bills.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Folkers has the motion to approve. Second. Mr. Weidrich has the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Folkerts.
Aye.
Weidrich. Hack. Stern. Schifro.
Aye. We are adjourned.